the graduate who became a political thug. Saya was a bright young man from Ibthan. He grew up in a humble home, his father a retired teacher, his mother a petty trader. In 2018, Saya graduated with first class in political science from the University of Ibthan. His parents were proud. His community celebrated. People believed he would become great, maybe even a future governor. But months turned into years, and the job he hoped for never came. Say applied to over 100 jobs. No calls. No interviews. No hope. His father died in 2020. Saya became the man of the house, but with no income. Hunger and shame replaced ambition. His clothes faded. His smile disappeared. He stopped going outside. Then one day, Honorable Teo came to the area. He was a rising politician contesting for the State House of Assembly. He drove flashy cars and moved with bodyguards. He donated rice and money at the local mosque. But he didn't come just to give. He came to recruit. Say was standing at the street corner when Honorable Teo's convoy passed. A few minutes later, one of the politician's men approached him. "You want to make money?" The man asked. "Honorable is looking for smart boys." That evening, Saya was invited to a private meeting. Inside a dark, quiet house, about 8 young men Saturday. Some were known area boys. Others, like Saya, were just desperate. Honorable Teo entered, wearing white agbada and gold wristwatch. He didn't waste time. "We are not here to talk too much," he said. "Election is coming. My enemies are strong. I need soldiers." Then came the bags. Inside were guns, machetes, money, and drugs. "Protect our votes. Scatter any polling unit where they try to cheat," he said. Saya didn't speak. He didn't even understand what was happening. But he took the bag handed to him. And just like that, the first-class graduate became a thug. Election day came. Saya led 5 boys to a polling unit in Ibthan Southwest. They snatched ballot boxes, beat up IMEC officials, and shot into the air to scare voters. 2 people died in the chaos, a young girl and an old man. Saya didn't feel anything. Days later, Honorable Teo won the election. He celebrated at a hotel, surrounded by his boys. He gave them 100,000 Nigerian nairas each and promised government contracts. But after a few weeks, Teo stopped picking their calls. He had what he wanted. Say returned to the streets angrier, more bitter, and now known as a political thug. He was blacklisted from jobs, feared by neighbors, and followed by police. In 2024, he was arrested during a cult raid in Ibthan, found with a pistol and a list of targets for an upcoming local government election. In court, he wept. "I wanted to become a leader," he said. "Now, I'm just a wasted dream." Lesson: Say's story is not the only one. Every election year, hundreds of young men armed by politicians and turned into weapons, then abandoned like trash. Until we change the system, more Sayers will die or kill. Please view and subscribe. Thanks.
The Graduate Who Became a Political Thug, Part 2, From Prisoner to Killer, and a Bitter End. After his arrest, Sayi was sentenced to 10 years in prison. In the courtroom, his mother cried like a baby, the same boy she once carried on her back to school, now shackled like a criminal. But the judge showed no mercy. The evidence was clear: illegal possession of firearms, political violence, and attempted murder. Sayi was taken to Agodi prison in Ibadan. At first, he kept to himself. He read books, wrote letters, and dreamed of starting over. But prison is not a place for dreams. It's a place that either breaks you or hardens you. For Sayi, it did both. He watched as innocent people rotted away, while real criminals lived like kings. He saw warders take bribes and watched gang leaders run businesses behind bars. Slowly, he changed. By the 5th year, Sayi stopped reading. By the 7th, he had joined a prison gang. By the 10th, he was feared. Sayi walked out of prison a free man, but he was no longer the hopeful graduate he once was. He was bitter, angry, and filled with hate. The system that failed him once had now turned him into a monster. With no home, no job, and no support, Sayi joined an armed robbery gang operating between Oyo and Ogun states. He was smart, fearless, and brutal. People started calling him Professor Gunshot. They robbed banks, kidnapped politicians, killed police officers. Sayi didn't flip. During a night raid in Abeokuta, a 6-year-old girl was accidentally shot. That killing made him mad. A 20 million bounty was placed on his head. But Seyi didn't stop. He believed Nigeria had already killed him. He was just fighting back. His final crime happened. His gang attempted to rob a bullion van on the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. It was an ambush. The police had been tipped off. There was a shootout. 2 of his men died. Seyi was captured, shot in the leg, and arrested on the spot. This time, there was no long trial. He confessed everything, not because he was sorry, but because he was tired. Seyi's final justice. The High Court sentenced Seyi to death by hanging. Please view and subscribe for more.